And the final flight of hurdles. Here comes Paisley Park now. He's into 5th position. West Approach has come to join Black Ops. Sam Spinner is there. Paisley Park coming between them. Little Rockefeller is next. You know what I mean? Harry behind that. Now West Approach. Tom Scudamore on the left in orange. Paisley Park. Aidan Coleman on the right in blue. And this pair draw down towards the last. And they're zooming clear. And Paisley Park zooming clear of all of them. Got over the last safely. Ears pricked. He's 4 or 5 lengths clear. And he's going comfortably inside the last furlong. West Approach is second, Black Op is third, Sam Spinner behind this in fourth, but Paisley Park, he's 8-10 lengths clear with Aidan Coleman. This is impressive. Paisley Park for Emma Lavelle, 4 from 4 this season in great style.
My granddad bought her privately. He had to give profit to her after the sales because he missed the filly going through the ring, but he had another filly at home that he wanted it to run with a better bloodline, and I don't know, it seems to be okay now. Worked out well. There's only five mares, 2 flat and three national hunt, and we're not going too bad with 5 Cheltenham entries. I have a brother to Century House who's he topped the Cheltenham sale in December and is sold to JP McManus, and he's going to go to one of the store sales.
And I sell them below this time, lads, at 295,000 all done. The Yates gelding is sold at 295. Michael, thank you very much indeed.
Well, I've been riding out for local trainers like John Gleeson since I was 10 or 11, and then I went to study in race for my transition year in school, and I went to work for Desi Hughes out of that, and then I came back to do my leaving cert, and I went and I rode out for the Bulger, and I got a couple of rides off Inda and John Gleeson, and kind of got through my grandparents really, and just kind of fell in love with it. I've got great help from my parents and my dad and my grandparents, but yeah, I suppose it is. There's a lot of hard work, like, especially, but I don't know. It's definitely worth it anyway when you have horses coming through like that to follow. Sure, it's easy to get up out of bed in the morning. He was a nice foal. He was sold for 12,500 in the November National Hunt Sales to Richard Rohan, who's bought 5 or 6 falls off us, and they've all seemed to be okay, so this is without a doubt the best, but we sold it to him, and he sold him as a 3-year-old in the Land Rover sale for a nice profit to Jerry Hogan and Emma Lavelle.
What was unusual with him is that after his first run, he came back and he sort of displayed colicky symptoms, just like a low-grade colic rather than anything more significant. And then it sort of just, we couldn't get to the bottom of it, and the vets were sort of trying to work him out, and eventually he headed into to the vets and in fact spent sort of a month or more in there, and and full credit to both Clive Hamlin and Simon Knapp, who was treating him when he was in hospital, and he came back from that unbelievably, because I think a lot of the time they didn't think he would. He came back from that and he looked so poor, and then started to develop. So kind of in answer to the question, is that the reason why? It definitely is why in his first season he hadn't had or second season as it were, hadn't had as many runs over hurdles as you might have expected, because his first run started so late in that first hurdle season. So he'd always been a nice horse and always shown, he'd shown plenty. He was just beaten in a Grade 2 novice last season. But just even from the beginning when he came in, he just looked stronger, I suppose, naturally developing because he's getting a little bit older. But he's just, he looked stronger, and whereas last year he was kind of, anybody's ride, he was so easy and laid back about stuff. He sort of almost from the beginning came in and he was like, rah, come on, I'm ready for this. And Barry started riding him, and I think has just been able to kind of channel that energy in the right direction. And he went out, and he was still relatively inexperienced at the start of the season, But he was very good when he won at Aintree, and you know, in fairness, we thought he was pretty well handicapped off 140. I'm not sure at that point we thought he would be 168 4 runs later, but you know, he has obviously just got better and better. And even through his races, just more and more professional each time he's gone out.
Sure, it'll be a great boost and for our family really, and for sure that's what everyone dreams of. Like it's a different ball game on the March, but please God, sure he gets there healthy. We'll go and support him, and hopefully it'll be, I don't know, it'll be a dream come true.
Da, da, da.